And welcome back today, folks, to another review here at Big O Bell Media YouTube channel. Now, today we're reviewing the film News of the World, starring Tom Hanks and Helena Zengel, who you might be familiar with. I wasn't familiar with it, but I guarantee you will be impressed by her performance, and as well as you would expect with Tom Hanks. And the two of them together truly put on a magical performance the entirety of this film. But this film is going to be releasing December 25th in theaters, Christmas Day, and will be in the international market. I think, if I've read correctly, Netflix has purchased the rights to it in the international market come early 2021. But yeah, this film is fantastic. I can't even stress enough. I'm not a fan of westerns. There's probably like one to maybe three westerns I actually like, and I can assure you that now I can add this one to the list because it's a fantastic film. And I also have to kind of bring attention to the director, Paul Greengrass, who's done the Bourne franchise. And first of all, I have to give his hats off to him because like I love this film, and I loved it for numerous reasons. I love of its uniqueness of watching westerns. This one just feels different. All the filmmaking elements of it just feels different, but feel heightened and just really, really well done. And it kind of makes me it kind of makes me like think of when I seen some of the Bourne films about how action films were at a time, and then how the Bourne films came out, and it just felt different. It just felt like, in that genre, just felt like a different special type of film. And that's what this film feels to me. Like from seeing westerns, like they all mostly aesthetically look and feel the same. This is definitely identified as a western, but it just feels absolutely different. It feels refreshing, and I just really gravitate to it really good, to the point that this film was 2 hours and it didn't feel like it at all. And I'm not even going to, like, we'll get into the performance in a second, but like from all the other filmmaking elements of it, the cinematography, from the special effects, just going back to cinematography, so, like some of the action shots that was done, some of the shots of them just riding, just coasting around, like the aerials, all that was just really, really well done, to the point that it was suspenseful. Going back to Helena character, Joanna, at a time really didn't even speak much, and you can tell you saw storytelling and her emotions alone, and by how it's filmed, it's just really, 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 really well done. But so Tom Hanks' character, Captain Jefferson Cow Kidd, who is a veteran of many wars, about 3 wars, he moves from town to town as a non-fictional storyteller. And he tells all types of cool stories about the presidents, queens, glorious feuds, all that other good stuff, that really brings entertainment to each of these towns he visits. And quite frankly, as a viewer of this film, you're actually really entertained by the stories as well too. That's just how charismatic that Tom Hanks is, and his delivery with it, and it's the next level of entertainment from this film. Like you're kind of zeroing in, like, oh, what is this about? And it definitely is. It's definitely entertaining to a T. So like alone, the storytelling aspects of the character is super engaging and entertaining. But so he ends up in this one town where he crosses paths with Joanna, who's a 10-year-old, was taken by the Kiowa people 6 years ago against her will, and has been away from her family. And now the law is forcing her to be returned to her family, and of course, this is against her own will. So you have, Cal Kidd taking Joanna across many, many miles away, across different towns, across a ton of land, being, all different types of challenges, from human interactions, run-ins with different people in different towns, the wilderness, all different types of things. Truly puts them to the test, not to mention at a point of them not being on the same page. So we're seeing the two of them actually create a bond, understanding, a level of trust, all types of different things, appreciation and understanding as they travel from town to town, and her safe delivery back to her family. So this film is super suspenseful, super entertaining. The drama is absolutely there. The emotion is there. But at the same time, it just all comes together so well that these 2 hours, they breeze by so quick, you wouldn't even realize that this was a 2 hour film. And then on top of that, along with the plot and the story that's happening here, The theme and the message that you can derive from all of this is really, really refreshing. Something you can take back and apply to your own life. I thought it was really, really well done because not only is it Joanna being returned back home, it's also the idea of Kyle Kidd, seeking, well, what is home for him as he moves from town to town to town? What is considered home? What is the definition of home? And you see him actually going through his own almost spiritual journey of himself, really discovering what home means as he learns from Joanna, the really the source that he didn't expect to learn from. But it's super good. Again, the chemistry between the two of them is so well done. First of all, going back to Joanna, Helena's character, she wears emotion right on her face, but then the bond between the two of them, you kind of get Kyle Kidd kind of assuming this guardian role, this dad father figure to her, and now they create this father to daughter sort of bond with each other, and then they're trusting each other in ways that they probably wouldn't have trusted before, and it's super intense, but it's so good. I can't stress enough. This is a fantastic film to really cap off 2020. Again, December 25th is going to be in theaters. If there's a way you can see it in theaters safely, considering everything with the pandemic, check this out because this is fantastic. But again, for the filmmaking elements, I thought the score was done really well. I love the cinematography, the special effects. Considering the acting, I mean, Tom Hanks now. Tom Hanks, you already know what you're getting there, but Helena Zengel just really, really was magical every scene that she was on, and then you're putting the two of them together. I mean, their chemistry is so good. You would almost think that they have worked many, many times in the past with each other, or they may be actually related of some sort. That their chemistry is so vibrant on screen that you're gonna be so invested into the two of them and wanting their safety and success of their journey that like it's absolutely can carry you to a point that this movie could have been 3 hours and you probably wouldn't have known. But it's just that well done. But anyway, check this out, December 25th. Let me know in the comments what you thought about the show once you check it out. And as always, folks, thank you so much for checking out my review and stay tuned for many, many more. See you soon.